today's video, we will be working on the air engine. And why is because this is going to be a new video series for the start of the 2019 year. And also, you guys could even build something like this. Like, all it is a gas engine with a couple parts put in it to run off of compressed air, and with what's going to help me work on this is my newly bought air compressor that I bought, and my air ratchet wrench. And let me just get out here to show you guys. And also, this video series is not sponsored. I bought these things with my own money. So let's get into the video. Okay, so first we're going to take off the shroud. And I also forgot to say, in the first part is volume warnings throughout this video. So I forgot to say that, so sorry guys. So I'm going to go and take off the shroud now. So all you want to do, put it on and turn it on. Let me get this cranked up to 90. Technical difficulties. And why I'm using this to get some of the bullets here is because they're really tight, though. So this is why. So this is the only thing I have laying around right now, unfortunately. Ooh, that's really tight. I think when I put this thing back together, I'm not going to include these bolts. I'm just not going to include this right side one. Boy, that is tight. I don't have my sockets anywhere for my regular wrenches. I found a tiny one, but doesn't seem to fit over. So why I have chosen to do this series is because I was going to show you guys the engine anyway for it running, but I was running it a couple times last year, and it turns out the one cam wasn't put on properly enough, and it failed to stay on the camshaft to have this air engine run. So it's been running really finicky lately. I don't think finicky is a word. Just trying to find a socket that matches. I do not know where one is. So we're just gonna have to wing it here. So I do have needle nose pliers. I need something stronger. Let's try some vice grips. So Hopefully this should work. So it still isn't running, or there, I got it going a little bit. So, a little bit of background history behind this engine, and that is it was on a junk mower, and it's one of the old vintage Craftsmans that I got it off of. And the carburetor on it, I don't know what happened, if the gasket was broken or something. So I decided to just go and turn it into an air engine to have it run off of compressed air. And it worked really well, but it needs some upgrades, but it should be able to run then after we get the series done. There. Now we finally have the bolt off. Boy, does that bolt stink. So we're going to flip around to the back so we can tackle the bolts in the back here. So we do have another tiny little bolt that holds on the dipstick. So I got the bolt off. Now here's my so now then with this engine, we're gonna take off the shroud, drain the oil in it, take off the oil pan. Then I'm not really planning on taking out the piston, but I think I do have another ring to put on it. I don't know where that ring went, but I'm gonna have to look for it. And if I do find it, we're gonna put the ring on, because when I originally made this, I went and took off all the rings and just left one on there. So don't worry, guys. I shouldn't really say that, but I am planning on getting more air tools for the channel to, well, I like to put in quote, play with. So we have the flywheel here. And also the magneto on this, it wasn't in very good condition either. So I just want to see how much oil is in this, because I remember it leaking out a lot. There's still a lot in there. I am very surprised. So we can throw the dipstick in there. And this is the worst time to get an eye itch. Okay. Also, don't forget there's a gasket as well for on this engine. So, I think it's time to go underneath and drain the oil, and hopefully without having any mishaps or oil spillage. Because this engine is the main engine that I've had a lot of spills with. And yeah. So, gonna get the catch can underneath and drain the oil from it. Can't really see underneath this wooden board. I have it mounted on here. There. Or not. So, I think we should just tilt the engine over a little bit, even though it will have it spill oil, and get off this oil drain plug here. So the plug's out now. And this is the main time when oil's gonna go everywhere. The whole bottom of this engine's covered in oil even. Ready? Okay, now it's draining the oil. So we're gonna shake the engine back and forth a couple of times, just get an extra ready, just in case. Ooh, I just saw a big debris chunk come out. I think that might be the cam that fell off. So what we're gonna do is just shake it around just a little bit. Put it on its side more. I feel like that's good for now. I'm just gonna slide this one out and get that underneath. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but inside the oil, there's a little piece of wood. I think that came from off of the plywood that I have it on. But then on the inside, it looks like there's some type of mucusy looking item. And I don't think where that could come from, but I think it might come from what I used to use for the cam inside. So I just need to, I want to go and dip my hand in, but then it's going to get the glove even more oily. So let me clean up this oil before I have any spills with it, because it's going to make a mess everywhere, and I do not want messes today. Oh, I already spilled it. Okay. So, now what I'm going to have to do is get a paper towel and clean up this giant oil spill I made. It always happens with this engine. So, I'm going to pause the video here and continue it then. So, I got all the oil cleaned up now. So, let me just throw that over there for now. I gotta do this in the morning, or whenever I can, to run it out to the burn barrel, because here in the country today, there's like, I forget, it's like a negative, a below zero wind chill, to put it at. And I already went out there without a jacket. And trust me, it's not fun. So a couple of these I can get, but not all of them. Just excuse me, I do have a little bit of a cold. No, so here's the oil without spilling it anywhere. Put the cap on. I'm already done with oil spills today. So, time to take off the bolts on the head, and I do remember putting them on fairly tight. not pop safety valve. Please do not pop. So I'm going to have to tell you guys this one story then. And what happened is that I was using the compressor here. And I must have bumped it or something. But then all of a sudden the safety valve popped. And it scared me so much. And even it still scares me when it turns on. I don't know if you could see, but I did jump when it turned on. But then so then when it warms up, I am going to move this stuff out into the barn, such as the air compressor, though especially. And I'm planning on moving it far away, so it shouldn't scare me when it turns on due to automatic pressure, the automatic pressure system it has. So I'm trying to find the right socket here to use to get the head off so I can show you guys what I've done here then. But then with this, the only thing that doesn't work on it properly is the intake valve, because why I need the intake valve is because without it opening up, it's sucking in oil due to the negative pressure inside the cylinder, so it's taking in the oil, and then it's, well, how do I put this? It's taking in the oil, and then it's shooting it out the exhaust to put it. So let me just get this bolt out here and then throw it onto my dish so I can show you guys what I have the exhaust valve doing right now. Because you're going to notice it's going to open 2 times in one cycle, but then the intake, it's going to open 1 time in a cycle, because that's the cam that fell off for the modification. There is a lot of oil in this cylinder. I'm surprised it isn't hydro locked. So here's the gasket. It's aluminum. Tried to get all the carbon off as best as I could. So if you guys could see on the engine here. So here the intake valve opens. Then when the piston bottoms out, the exhaust valve opens up, and this here is supposed to be the compression stroke. So then the exhaust valve will open, that'll close, but then on this the intake's supposed to open, then the exhaust will go. So here, just to put more onto how it's kind of supposed to run. So I think it's soon time to end the video, unfortunately, due to timing, and also I do not want the safety valve popping on me, because that's really gonna scare me. So I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys all have an amazing afternoon, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!